Simon, I saw it last night. I must admit, I kind of snoozed at parts of it. Manchester United cruise past Forest. It's a League Cup final. We thought it would be a Carabao Cup final at Wembley against Newcastle United. But Simon, here's the thing. 5 years on from their last trophy, Ten Hag to your pal Solskjaer. Will the dugout change see Manchester United go from nearly men to winners? That's what we're looking at, is it?
Well, the chance is there, isn't it? They're in a major final, albeit that some would say that the Carabao Cup isn't necessarily a major final. I'm in the space that the League Cup is a very valuable product, so thus it's a major final as far as I'm concerned. Albeit slightly tongue-in-cheek, yes, they were observed that perhaps Newcastle wouldn't be that bothered by it. But the bottom line is that they're in the business of winning things now, Manchester United. They've got a manager that I think is now assuming the role. So if they win this trophy, people will denigrate it. They'll denigrate the fact that it's a meaningless trophy in comparison to the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Champions League. But it's a building block. And given they wasted 3 years, which is unforgivable and unforgettable in my view, in terms of allowing Manchester United to drift under somebody that wasn't capable, thoroughly decent bloke, never going to win anything. You could have stayed here until the dawn of time or to the end of time. You would have never won anything under Solskjaer.
You always had it in for him.
I don't have it in for anybody. I think you've got to call things for what they are. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong.
But you're good about you're on point about United. Since 2017, United exited cup competitions on 4 occasions at the semi-final stage, and fell twice at the final. So I mean, nearly men. Now they're not going to be nearly men, or are they?
Well, come on now. Newcastle are an irresistible force. I'm just not sure that Man United will be an immovable object, so I wouldn't put it past Newcastle to win this cup final. What I do think we've got on our hands is a really good cup final, a really good advert for the EFL Cup, and a really good advert for English football, and a wonderful fan situation, because you've got 2 sets of fans. Okay, the Manchester United fans in certain quarters are still disillusioned with the ownership model, but that won't be prevalent on the day, whereas the Newcastle fans think all their Christmases have come at once.
Yeah.
And they are an absolute tide of emotion and belief. So I think what you see is a spectacle of noise. I think you'll see a brilliant game. So I would say this is a game that is a pick'em game. I don't think Man United are particularly a better side than Newcastle.
And what about these two, Manchester United and Newcastle? Are they here to stay? Will they be the future? Do you think the duopoly of the future taking over from City and Liverpool?
No, I don't think they'll be the future. I think
they might.
No, I don't think they'll be the definitive future. I think they'll be part of the tapestry that weaves in a very competitive Premier League.
But they're here to stay.
Of course they are. But Man United haven't gone anywhere. That's why they're the constant go-to.
Yeah, they have. They've been nearly men for a while.
No, they're the constant subject of every single media discussion. No one gets more traction in the media than when Manchester United have been spoken about.
No, but what they've achieved, they've disappeared off the radar because they haven't achieved anything.
They're not off the radar. They're still on the radar. They're just not winning things. What you're asking me now is, are Manchester City going to be eclipsed by Manchester United? No. Newcastle going to eclipse Manchester City? Probably not. Are they going to be up there in the conversation with serious intent?
You bet.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Jadon Sancho came off the bench, made his first appearance in 102 days. Ten Hag was happy about that.
He has really high standards. He has great capabilities to contribute to our team. And I think especially now the team is improving. We are playing more in opponent's half. Then I think his capabilities coming more. He can act them more because he will have more touches on the ball. And that's the way what his game give him the best performance, give his the best platform to perform.
You know, he was back. He had been given time off by Ten Hag because the winger, in Ten Hag's view, was not physically or mentally fit to play. So he was over in Holland training alone. Now he's back. Is he at a fork in the road, Jadon Sancho, Simon, do you think?
Well,
he's got a contract till 2026.
Well, to some extent, of course he is, because we've had to have him step down. The fact that Ten Hag's in control of the situation, because he wouldn't be in Holland for no reason. He's in Holland. He has no relationship with Holland. He has a relationship with Holland because Ten Hag has probably suggested he goes there and has the prerequisite people around him. The difficulty is that you've got 2 observations, physically and mentally fit. Now, of course, if you're not mentally fit, then your physical side of things will come along with it. And, of course, people landed on, how can you not be physically fit? But they're kind of glove in hand, or hand in glove, sorry. But the scenario with him is that it's very difficult to work out what's gone on with him and why he's in this condition. It's easy for everyone to say, oh, hold on a second, get some resilience, get some fortitude. And it's also easy to say maybe Man United should have done their due diligence about what kind of player this was that they were signing, mentally and physically, and ultimately on the pitch. But what are you going to do to evaluate someone? You go to the club that he's playing for, want to buy him, and then what you're going to do is sit him down, give him a load of psychometric tests to evaluate whether he's mentally capable of performing at Manchester United. It's a difficult one. the young man has got to find his way through whatever challenges he's got. And the fact that Ten Hag is bringing him back into the fold, the fact he sent him over to Holland, the fact that he's invested and involved in trying to make sure there's an outcome to this player. I don't think he's a £75 million player. I don't think he's as good as people made him out to be. But I also don't think he's a basket case of a player.
Yeah.
And it's about what you've got and what you're capable of delivering. Now, if he is now back in a better place and a better space, then great.
Then so be it. Okay, we'll watch him and we wish him well this morning. There's Ryan, hasn't missed, one of our regular listeners and contributors. Jim, did you just say United and Newcastle could take over from City and Liverpool? Arsenal, hello. Yeah, Arsenal leading the way in the Premier League. Well, that's not lost on us, Ryan. Neither are you. 10:15.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.